Oh, get ready to be amazed because today we're going to play Story Time. So we're with the third book of John, Joe, Jake, and Jim. And just so everyone knows what has been happening so far. So John, Joe, Jake, and Jim, or John, Joe, Jake, and Jim, I have these in the wrong order, changed their names from Bob, 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 and Bob to John, Joe, Jake, and Jim. And they got stuck in the lava dimension. And John and Joe were building the city, and Jake and Jim went out into the forest, which was filled with evil spirits, which ended up capturing them. So, after a while, John and Joe started wondering, where are Jake and Jim? Because they hadn't been back for a long time. So, John and Joe decided, well, let's finish building and then we'll go out looking for them. So they finished building, and it was a pretty nice house. Well, not just a house, an entire neighborhood. And it was pretty nice. Okay? So then they went out looking for John and Joe. Or Jake and Jim. So John and Joe went out looking for Jake and Jim. John and Joe went out and asked the Petries and the werewolves where Jake and Jim were. And they said, well, we don't know. They ditched us. But that didn't sound like Jake and Jim. So they were wondering. But the one thing they didn't see was evil spirits. They eventually wandered further into the forest and found a bunch of evil spirits protecting the captured Jake and Jim. They were like, oh no, how are we going to solve this? So, John was sitting back contemplating because he was like the careful one who didn't do anything super quickly. Joe ran around all the evil spirits. There was one he couldn't get past, the king spirit, the most powerful of them all, the best one, or well, I guess the worst one in this situation. Now, the king spirit lunged at him, but Joe ran around the king spirit to his friends, Jake and Jim. He rescued them. And John, Joe, Jake, and Jim all ran off together. But when they went back, they saw their house was not like it was. Or the city was not like it was. It was a mess. It was all destroyed. You guys didn't do much work, did you? Said Jake and Jim. But John and Joe told them, well, it must have been, it could have been the evil spirits who destroyed it, or it could have been the Petries and the werewolves, because they told them where the city were. It was then that they realized they were up against very powerful enemies, and they had no idea how to stop them. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I know you hear this a lot, but it takes you 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe. So, or unlike the video. So, thank you. It really does help.